Hey, it's a Wolf, and this is a replay of the villager stacking I did on yesterday's live stream. I show stacking during the day and at night, covering a bunch of mistakes people might make. The stacking process is the same for raid farms and iron farms. You just don't need to worry about the last little bit on an iron farm. So this is how it's going to end up. So what I've done to set this up, we have a 100 block gap. Yeah, so basically what happens is you bring, oh, I'm going to need some scaffolding too. You bring the villagers up here and then you walk them down with the beds down there. So the villagers I have down here. Whoops. Villagers are in there. Maybe we end up expanding all that around. So the reason why we can do it directly above is because this is more than 80 blocks up. So if we shove all those on, see how far we go. So there needs to be 80 blocks between the beds so that you can establish the village area. So you could do it, 100 blocks away for the village establishment area. We're going to be pretty close now. Yep. Little ways to go. Whoops. So typically I would have built this after building this, just because it's easier that way. But because we're just going to do, whoops. So, hey, super. Just setting, oops, that's too high. Just setting up for transporting the villagers down here. Now, because of this, just get rid of this, that's fine. We will be operating at night, but hey, Tenya. But because I'm the only one on right now, we can do a lot more. We're a little bit more flexible. Yeah, I mean, if you were to log on near your villagers, that would be unfortunate. Just because it would slow down the connections and everything. So... it's all good. Probably get rid of this tree. Then start moving the villagers up to the top. Ah, already asleep? Really? So we need this. It'll get a whole lot easier. Can you get into the boat? There you go. Then let's grab one with a red bed. You can get into the boat. Then hopefully we can get around all this nonsensicals. Excellent. Oh. That's why I was getting rid of the tree. Oh. Ah, sorry, buddies. Here we go. Yep. Now we go. Getting first and final progress report done. Nice. Well, that was unfortunate. and something I should have foreseen. Hopefully... Okay, that's fine, we're all good. Everything is fine. Sometimes you just need to adapt and get rid of leaves that are in the way. It's all good. So sometimes I'll take these up with like a, you call it like a roller coaster kind of thing. And other times I'll do it like this. This is obviously a lot more space efficient. Either way, it's fine. Don't fall. Now with them over here, you can just jump down and then yoink them in here. Super's in the game. Okay. Now, put down the beds. So what we're doing right now is establishing a new village. So they're going to link to those beds. And we have a new village here. Now, at the start, I like to put this down. They'll link to that. And then we break it and see who gets the particles. So he gets the particles. I like to know which bed is his. Right, so black bed is the leader's bed. Hey, Bean. Just getting started on stacking villages for the raid farm. Now, because of when we had to do it, let's... What do I want to do? I want... workstation, crafting table, and then let's turn this into... could do some looms, sure, why not? So let's start by stacking during the day, because oftentimes you have to stack during the day for SMP reasons. And notice I'm not putting anything down where the villagers can jump on it and go where they shouldn't. So now we do this, they link to that. And that's going a little slow, that's fine. So by doing this, let's go there, and then we use the workstations to get them to move closer to it. Okay, so they're connecting to everything. For whatever reason, I find that they like to run back to that central part. So let's put this forward. Get them to move. We're always watching for the beds, so we never ever break two beds at the same time. If you do, you ruin your stack. Hey Rusty, how you going? Doing village stacking. This is for the raid farm, but village stacking is the same. Fortunately, it seems the lag caused by the hood is causing things to be quite slow. Let's put that there. And while we're waiting for that to load, we can put in the workstation a little bit further. And he's connected to that, so he'll move. So now we just kind of play this game. And I always go backwards just so that I can be watching for the particles. So this is basically how you stack. So you don't want to go too far, particularly as you get closer to them, just because it causes, like, you can push it into the other village. And this is definitely something that patience is rewarded. Okay, he's connected. And you just want to stay focused the whole time. You're gonna go forward. So we already know that the red bed has connected. So that just brings him further around. Keep an eye on the black bed. Okay, good. So remembering, of course, the black bed is the leader's bed, which we established at the beginning. And that'll become important later down there. Yaman, why are you running away? Probably because I'm pushing him away. Okay, so now he's connected to that. Good. So we can move the black bed a little closer. Go on. There we go. You can join in on there. So we're just stepping it up. You don't want to go too far, especially during the day. And if you're not sure whether it's connected or not, completely fine to break the one that you just placed and place it again. Now I know that it did connect, but just showing that as an example. So if you weren't sure, then you wouldn't break that bed if you weren't sure if that one was connected. The most important thing is to make sure that you always have at least one bed connected. The workstations are here to help them move along. Now sometimes as you get closer to there, the loom, like the village that's sitting there can connect to the loom rather than the villager that you want to connect. So now that we're getting real close to it, we don't want to push too far at a time. Go. Up to shepherds. Connect. Yep. So we're not just watching the bed, we're also watching the villagers as well. To make sure that the correct ones are going. Okay. We're really going tight now. Okay. Let's move you in. That's good. So we want to try and get these guys in here. That's good. Come on. A little resistant. Come in. Let's see if this one will connect. Yes, it did. Excellent. Alright, nighttime. So we can... Now we can get rid of these, although they may come in useful in a sec. Let's... See if we can get one here. Okay, he did connect to that. That's good. So... let's put this bed... here. Nope. There. Let's put it here. Just so that we're kind of making a square, whatever. So this is inside the village. This is inside the village. So then when we break this, hopefully he will connect with that. Are you gonna connect? Of course not. Connect there. Yep, good. So this is the finagling bit. Okay, so he's connected there. Let's see if that makes a difference. Come on. You're not going to do it, are you? Put that there so you can connect. Now, here's this one. Maybe picked up by a different villager. Nope, he got it. Excellent. Okay, so see how we're kind of doing this. Hopefully that does the trick. Come on. You can do it. Why you have to be annoying us? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. You can go there, connect, and sleep. When we're working at night, we want to make sure that they're sleeping in bed. So that's there. Let's put that there. Put the pillar nice and close. Come on. Come on. You're being very frustrating, aren't you? Hey, Carly. This is the finagling of the village aspect. Let's try there. Okay, so you're going to connect to there. Make sure he sleeps because right now we don't want him to get stuck on there and disconnect, which is looking like he might be trying to do. Yeah, so he disconnected. That's why we don't break it until they're in the bed. Come on, get in. That there. Right, sleep. Sleep. Yeah. Move. Just want that bed there. Isn't that interesting? You're being unprintable thing. Let's try reconfigure. Why are you not doing... Why? Come on. You can feel free to connect. Really? Nothing? Oops. Okay. He's most certainly broken. And he's being very annoying, aren't you? Now you've connected. That's great. Appreciate that. So they're both connected to this. As you can see, it's sometimes can be a little frustrating. Let's put that one there. You connect in there. Okay, sleep. Now, try again. Just want that there. Unless there's something causing it to not. Surely that chest isn't problematic. Usually don't have this much difficulty with the villagers. Alright, so that's fine, but exactly where I want you to sleep is not fine. Cool. Let's try a different bed then. Alright, so you're gonna sleep there. That's just fine. That is just fine. No, it's not frustrating at all. What are you talking about? Well, at least we get our red bed. Okay. Let's wake him up and try and not go into the. Go. Nope, not there. There we go. To there. There we go. You're in there. Break these. Pretty much always prefer have the village leader in there. You're going to connect. Let's check. Okay, so these guys all connect. Who gets the particles? He does. That's unfortunate. Oops. Sorry. Well, you're just going to have to. Oh, look. What's happening? Alright, hopefully, all is well. And if not, well, that would be sad. Let's put that across there so no one jumps up. And let's go again. Need these and these. Normally it doesn't take nearly so long to get these guys out. Oh, come on. Actually, you know what? Just get in the boat. You, get in the boat. Yeah. Sometimes things happen and you adjust. How's everyone doing today? Thanks, Carly. It's fascinating on that side at least. Not really showing my professionalism and able to get them to behave themselves. I appreciate you. So we go across here, and they're in there, all nice and safe. And we can put down the beds. Once they connect, we just kind of wait for that so that they don't freak out too much. There we go. So, I just established a new village. These two are the villagers for a new village. And we gonna stack them. Rack them and stack them. Now, let's see who the leader is. Yeah, typically I have an extra bed just so that I can get the red. Oh. Okay, you're the leader. Which one is your bed? That one. Excellent. That works. So now, we push them up again. Hello? Here we go. Super's finishing up. Super is completing his last things on this season of Bedrock. The season's ending in a couple of days. So we're all just kind of finishing things up. You guys move down there and then there. Nice work, Super. GG's for Super in chat. DaVinci Editor last. Oh yeah, shortcuts are quite different from Premiere Pro. Super has left the building. Go. Yeah, I found 732 hours. Nice work. Yeah, for the editing differences, I found it took ages to get used. Oh, they always freak me out when they run like that, because if when you break a bed and they run down there, that's usually a sign that the stack has failed. Yeah, it's the cut hotkey that gets me, and what originally got me when I switched from Premiere Pro to DaVinci. There we go. So this time around, it is the red bed is the leader. You going to go? Okay. It's all fine. New editing suite, still stuck in CapCut. Well, DaVinci's free. Like, you don't get the auto caption stuff, and there's a couple of other features, but like you could totally do like pretty much everything that you need to do on DaVinci. It's just a very, very good set of tools. Building the new fish farm, are you, Rusty? Sweet. Oh, that's awesome. And it's good that you've already figured out where the different levels of biomes are. Okay, alright, so that did connect. Yeah, Carly should totally check out DaVinci. Like, the free version of DaVinci is almost as good as the, whatever it is, $60 a month version of Premiere Pro. Yes, patience is one of those things that you need for stacking villages. Grant you that. Can go a little faster. Just as long as I don't get streamer brain. Now we wait. Connected. You. Oh yeah, there's a ton of tutorials on it. Yeah, making short form content. Nice. Yep, can handle all of that. Like it's fantastic. Right, let's go a little slower down here. Where's the sun? Hi. Leader's bed. What are you do? Why? Over this way. Yeah, CapCut's been making some changes that are unfortunate. Come on, Dopey Villager. Sometimes they just need a little light persuasion. Do we do Wolf-style persuasion, or do we do Carly-style persuasion? Carly-style works. Hey, you don't want to be persuaded Carly-style, then behave yourself. You know what? Go. Yeah. Yeah, you better run. Come on. It's connected there. Bed's connected. That's good. Actually, no, I do want that. Okay, there we go. Come on. Get closer. 360-degree camera footage. I've not worked with 360-degree camera footage in a very long time. I don't know the answer to that one. Sorry, Super. Okay, now we keep it tight. Come on. Wasn't sure about that one. There we go. Okay, so that bed is connected. So I want that there. Let's see if he'll connect there. Wait for him. That's why sometimes I get stuck. Okay, let's see. Can we... Oh, he just joined straight in. Perfect. See? It's easy. Let's bell that up. Wake up. Wake up. Bell. Let's double check. Hang on. You got the particles? Yes, it was him. Okay. For a second there, I thought it was the other guy got the particles. Connect it in. Okay. Now we can remove this. You go sheep. It's in my way. Okay. So we want to make sure that we get them in near. Wait, is that right? Yes, that's right. Oh dear. Hang on. Something's wrong. Go and connect. Jump in. Something was wrong there. Why did he disconnect from his bed? That's not what we want. Oh no. Picture of the Dr. Seuss house corrupted. Yes, we have that. In. There we go. Now that should be fine. You're not going to disconnect, are you? No. You wouldn't do something like that to me. So everything needs to be covered with leaves. And then this guy can meet his fateful end. And let's go take this out. Oops, no, we need stone there so that we can place that bed. Where are we? Okay, let's see if we can get one done during the night. Go boys! Come on, get in, get in. Let's go. Oh, zombie horse. R.I.P. skeletons. Oh, that Iron Golem's got his work cut out for him. Come on, let's go. Okay, there's a ad break coming up. Let me snooze that. Come on, get down. Red bed. Black bed. Okay, go sleep. Go sleep. Who's gonna have particles? black bed's got the particles. So, what I like to do with that, let's move them around so that we get the red bed to be the leader's bed. So you're going to connect to that. And then red bed is going to be the leader's bed. Let's move quickly. And now this is how we stack at night. So during the day, I stack with the beds in a line. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Thank you. We wait for them to sleep. And then at night time, I do it offset like this, just so that they don't run into each other's feet. Come on. Yeah. Ah. Let's go. Don't mind me, just go. We always wait for them to sleep. Just because they're connected doesn't mean anything, because they can get stuck and disconnect. If they disconnect while you've broken another bed, come on. Persuasion. If they disconnect while they're on their way, then that causes the whole stack to break. Come on. Get there. Let's go. It's probably a little far. No, it's alright. Get there. Come on. Don't look at me, look at your bed. Thank you. Run. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Run. Fast as you can. Really? Just persuasion. Then I'll just put this here just so that they don't run back. Go. Thank you. And this one here. So we're now in range of those other villages. So we really don't want to push too far at a time. Technically, you can go a fair bit further each time. But I find, taking a few seconds longer, taking a few more steps, I find that to be well worth it. Because the amount of time that you'll miss out if you break the stack, it's just not worth it. Come on, it's getting light. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. You're so close. You dopey. Go. Get out of here. It's fine. Come on. Into bed. Nope. That way. That way. Go. Thank you. And you go there. Let's go. Come on. Oh, and they're up. It's fine. Wait, why do you go there? Why? Ah, the rain. Alright, rain is annoying. Rain is something that is super annoying to deal with because they freak out. Same as the thunder. And so they become unpredictable. Let's put this there. So he's connected. Good. Let's get him out of here. You can go there. You can connect. Then loom. Get close. Thank you. And we're just gonna step it over like this. You. Excellent. It's connected there. Right. So, right, got to this point here. Let's push a loom to there. Hopefully, nope. See that connected to there. This is the effect that we are kind of dealing with. And yep, here's excellent. So that's one thing to watch out for. Whoa, better have a jump boost. Okay, that guy was moving too quickly, I didn't see. Alright, so he's connected. Excellent. This is where it's tricky. Let's take out both of these. So the leader should be the one who connects. So should be the shepherd. Okay. Too close together. I don't like the rain. Okay, so he is connected. Whoa. Boost. So do that just so that I know that the right one is in there. Let's bell that up. Alright, two of you are connecting. Let's try. Nope, want that. Let's try and. Nope. Back. Alright, let's try and get him into that. Nope. This is going to be tricky, isn't it? You're not going to make it easy for me, are you? But you notice that I've got the loom connected to the one that I need to lock away, so I know that he is the leader. Put you there. One. It's this rain that's causing him to freak out. Usually they're a lot easier to move around. It's not raining. Go that way. No. Don't want to hurt him. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. Done. You are superfluous. Thank you for your service. So, let's take those out. You don't technically need to clear all these out. You can leave them in place. I just like to. Wait. I forgot. So, you want to be putting these observers and lamps down. Kind of like how we have over there. So, nice one, Kana. Welcome in. So we're going to have that there with... Let's put more leaf there. Never have too many leaves. So then we have this one facing down with a lamp, and then this one facing down with a lamp, and then we make sure that we've got leaves over top of all of these so that we don't get raiders spawning in. So we've got one more to do. That'd be fine. So Kana, I am currently stacking right there. Currently stacking villages to finish off this raid farm. Because I lost 4 of the Wait, where am I? Oh. Right, they're both in there, that's good. So let's take him up. And let's go. Hopefully this rain clears fairly soon. Because I don't particularly like it when they freak out. It's annoying, you know? Alright, so up on here. Yeah, and I'm just kind of swinging them down. And they're in here. Let's put down 2 black beds. Don't need that. Let's put that out of the way. Put down 2 black beds, and then we'll figure out who the leader is. We're establishing the village. Okay. Oops. So, figure out the leader, and then replace their bed with a red bed. Okay. And we know who the leader is because they get the the angry particles. So, do that. Yep, that's his bed. And now we can continue. So let's see how these guys go. Stacking during the day. Are you gonna try and run onto your bed? What you gonna do? Need to make sure. Oh, there we go. They're both in there, so we can block new. Ow. Oh. Sleeping time. Excellent. So we could sleep and get rid of this rain. But we're going to have a full night. Come on. Come on, connect. Someone else on, so it's gone a little slow. Come on, get into bed. Then you won't have to worry about getting your pajamas all wet. Come on. Bed's right there. It's right. You can do it. So we just kind of walk it down. So you don't want to be unloading the area either when you're... Go. Let's make it hard for them to leave. I'll probably keep that. You don't want to be unloading the area or where they are or whatever while you're stacking. Fine to unload it once they are in place and locked in place. That's not going to be an issue, but it's more right here. You don't want to unload it and break the stack. Really? You had to run all that way? That's what you figured you had to do. There. Yeah, it's the worst feeling when you break the second bed and they both just start sprinting that way. Because for them, in-game, they're outside the village, and so they need to find shelter in a village or something like that. But they don't just kind of run and then pause like they have been doing here. They literally just take off. And that's one way you know that you failed. I get all kinds of questions about stacking and everything, particularly like in my Discord. That's one of the biggest, probably the biggest question. And a lot of people are like, well, can't I just like we had one yesterday, can't I just use a boat and drag them over? But no, because what we're actually doing by moving this, we're actually shifting the boundary, like the village border, and moving it closer and closer until we get it basically right on top of each other. And we call it stacking because they're actually overlapping each other. So all the borders are 32 blocks away from the center pillow because none of these are stretched. So there's literally like 8 villages, and there's plenty of spots where, you know, there's 8 villages underneath each other, or on top of each other, in a stack. Shall not run. And that should... Oh, you didn't like that. Okay. Oh, maybe you did. That's fine. See, because I broke the bed that was in the process of being connected to, and I already had this one sleeping here, then it was all fine. So if you're not sure if they've connected, just break the one that you were, like the forward one, and just replace it. It's fine. And we're literally, right now, we're literally sitting on 8 villages on top of each other, so we're gonna go extra slow through here, and just make sure it's all good. Patience is key. Even that might be too far. That's fine. I'm not going to go any further than that. Let's go. There. Get into bed, please. Come on. Get into bed. So when they're right next to each other like this, then it's like they exert a kind of power over each other. Not a power, like a... It's like an effect, area of effect. Okay. Let's double check. Yep, that's good. Reconnect them. Careful not to click the beds. And then go that way. Don't get... No! Oh, come on. Don't make me wake up your friend. I want you. Go in there. Get in. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so... that finishes that. So another question that I sometimes get, do you need them to be sitting in water? And originally you did, that was something that we had to do, but you don't need to do that anymore. Okay, let's, oops, no, I want that. Have these, crouch and jump. And that can go there. We have, that goes on top of there. All right, perfection. Now, to finish off this raid farm, we want to remove anything that the raiders can spawn on. So for example, this, even though there's a 1 block gap there, raiders can and will spawn on this. So we get rid of that. Anything that we can't get rid of, we put leaves on directly above. Whoops. In Bedrock, anything like just... see? Anything sets off the bells in Bedrock. So I have this area covered in leaves because I like to have a nice open area. The way that these raids work, perfect. The way that the raids work kind of, and I'm not going to do it just yet because otherwise I have raiders everywhere and that will be, I'll just destroy all the villages that I just stacked. So you kind of drink the potion, move to the next one. So these are all individual, where these bells are, these are all individual villages. So we have 8 of them. Right, now let's go and pull all this down so that I can show it to you in action. So you want to make sure that this whole stone section, whatever, anything that's spawnable, you just want to take it down. Because the raiders will spawn a fair way out. And now that it's day, we can safely take this down. The reason why I have this roof on here is so that, like, if I place a loom there, it's not going to cause them, like, it's not going to allow them to jump up. All right. So any questions from anyone particularly about the stacking? Any other questions also fine, but particularly about the stacking. And are you more or less likely to try and stack villages having seen this? The process for stacking iron farms is exactly the same, except you don't have to worry about all that nonsense right at the end. The airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow. Let me Google that for you. E equals mc squared. Excellent. Thank you, Kana. Super, I think the question that needs answering for that one is, well, there you go, African or European. Got haste back again. And then follow-up question, if you figure out whether it's going to be African or European, follow-up question is, well, what did they have for breakfast? And was it delicious? So I think this can be 60 blocks out. So what I'll often do for this platform, particularly like if I've not built the farm before and I want to kind of test out killing chambers and making sure all things spawn correctly, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have to restack stuff, I'll leave this platform in place and cover everything with leaves. Just as a note. So let's cover from this side. Mainly because I've got haste over here. That was funny. This was running out and I wasn't sure whether it should be breaking him quickly or slowly. Super, you might know this one. Which one is the welcome swallow? Is that African or European? Oh, there we go. That'd be far enough. Don't need to do any more on that. So when you're coming around, so the reason why I've got these, so that'll be fine. The reason why I've got all the boats around is to deal with the vexes. So let's put some stuff there and just kind of finish that off. That's good enough. Or maybe it's Australian. So welcome swallow's not one from over there. Interesting. We have welcome swallows over here. And they're awesome. Right. So, way this works. Just want to make sure that I've got all the tridents in place. It's fine. Okay, so we've got tridents. These are all impaling tridents. And so, see, we've got the redstone there, but we need to have another, like a a gap there. So these leaves are over the redstone, even though it looks like there's a gap. And then we have these here so that nothing spawns in there. Literally everything is like covered. So we're all good there. Welcome swallow is a small acrobatic bird native to Australia and New Zealand. Nice. Yes, that's the one that I was thinking of. So inside this area, there is a trident killer that is like, there's, what do you call it? There's string across there with a tripwire, and then the tripwire goes in there. So let me show you 2 raids real quick. But before we do that, let's just double check. Double, triple, extra check. So that's spawnable. Got leaves over there. Leaves over everything else. That's fine. That's all good. Haven't got any rogue shulker. Yes, they can actually spawn on top of shulkers, like as in shulker boxes. Crazy. Alright. Fingers crossed. Let me turn the Minecraft audio down a little for you so I don't deafen you. So the raid has started. You can see we've got Raid Omen. And they've started, and that's loud. Actually, -27, that shouldn't be too bad for you guys. You can hear them up there. Uh-oh. So there's one spot where, alright, so it's cleared, so now we can drink the next one. And so then this is kind of how it works. You have the 2 of them going at the same time, so we have 2 raids. So if we stand in here, we got that one raid bar, and then a different raid bar just by shifting over. Wow, that's loud for me. So yeah, so I'll just come around over here and see everything falling down. So I've got it so there's so loud. So there's a glass thing there, which then everything falls down into the collection down there. And I'm currently just starting off the, I'm just sorting out the emeralds. So ad's just about to go, but I'm not going to snooze that, so I'll let these finish out because you don't want to leave the area until the raid has finished. But what you would do, you would literally just move one to the other, just move right the way across and be drinking a thing. So I shall continue in this area listening to the sirens of the raid.